friends. Welcome to the Lake County Water Authority's Water Wonders. I'm Professor Priscilla.
And I'm Ricky Raindrop.
And today we're at the W.T. Bland Library in downtown Mount Dora. Today we'll be reading two stories. The first one is called I Like to Take Care of Things.
You know, Professor, the Lake County Water Authority likes to take care of our rivers, lakes, and streams.
That's right, Ricky. And I think today our friends are going to learn about how they'll be able to help take care of those too.
Let's get started.
Ricky, let's read I Like to Take Care of Things.
Okay, Professor, are you ready?
I'm ready.
I like to take care of things. It makes me feel good inside.
Mom and Dad said if I take care of my clothes and toys and make my bed every day, I could have my own room. I kept everything neat and clean, and now I have my own room.
I asked Mom and Dad if I could get a puppy for company. They said, you'll have to take care of it. I give my puppy fresh water and food every day. I keep her bed and dish neat and clean every day. Mom and Dad said, I'm acting responsibly. The more responsible I can be, the more privileges I will have.
I like to work in the yard and keep it neat and clean. When we finish, my family and I go for walks to a nearby lake. We see birds and fish swimming in the water. But one day, we saw trash floating in the water. The birds were no longer by the water and the fish were missing. I asked my parents, where have the birds and fish gone?
Mom and Dad said the lake is too messy for them. Someone needs to take care of the lakes and rivers. I said, I like to take care of things. Mom and Dad said, let's check to see what we all can do.
We learned that a lot of people in our community get together to pick up trash around our lakes and rivers. Mom and Dad and I pick up lots of trash around the water and put it into the proper containers.
Today we took a walk to the lake, and guess what? The fish were back and the birds were back.
Yay! Mom and Dad said it's our responsibility to clean up around our lakes and to live nicely with nature. They said having ducks and fish is a privilege.
Our community likes to take care of things. My family likes to take care of things. And I like to take care of things. But Professor, I'm just a kid. How can I help?
That's a good question, Ricky. Even though you might just be a kid, you are important also. We can all help take care of our waters. Do you remember we were just talking about your puppy in that story?
Yeah.
Well, here's something very important. If you have a puppy at home or a big dog, you have to clean up after your pet.
Oh, that's one of my responsibilities. I don't like it, but I have these little plastic bags and I clean up a lot of poop.
That's very good. You know what you gotta do? You gotta scoop the poop. Another thing you can do is if you are walking around your neighborhood or you're at the store and you see trash, you should pick that trash up and put it in the trash can.
And you know, Professor, we live right beside a lake. Is there anything we need to do to help the lake?
Absolutely. We want to make sure that we're not using lots of chemicals like fertilizers or pesticides, that's bug spray, to make sure that it keeps our lakes safe for the animals that live there.
Oh, I know my mom reads the label on all the fertilizer bags to make sure that the fertilizer doesn't have too much of something or not enough of something else.
That's right. We want to make sure that we're not putting any fertilizer at least 15 feet near the lake shore and maybe even another 15 feet farther than that to kind of give us a little buffer zone that protects the lake from things that humans do.
Maybe that's why my dad doesn't mow the grass right down to the lake shore. He leaves what he also called a buffer zone.
That's right, because as we blow grass clippings into the lake, those grass clippings decay or rot away, and they can actually become fertilizer in the lake, and that can cause algae, which is not good for our lake.
Well, Professor, it does sound like we can all help take care of things.
That's right. And you know what, Ricky? At the Lake County Water Authority, it's their responsibility and their job to take care of our lakes and rivers and streams here in Lake County. Do you know how many lakes we have in Lake County?
20.
Way more than 20.
Wow. 200.
Even more than 200.
1,400.
That's right. We have 1,400 lakes just here in Lake County. So now you know why we're called Lake County. But even though we have the Lake County Water Authority who helps us take care of those lakes, that doesn't mean that we all don't have that same responsibility. Because remember, it's all of our responsibilities to live nicely with nature. Now, Ricky, we're going to read The Amazing Magic Potion.
Great.
This book was written by Susan J. Ryan and illustrated by Sandra G. Cook.
Professor, what's an illustration?
Oh, I'm glad you asked, Ricky. An illustration is actually the picture in the book, and an illustrator is the person who draws the pictures for the book.
Oh, okay. That's great, because there are some beautiful pictures in this book.
That's
Illustration.
right. Illustration. So let's get to reading The Amazing Magic Potion. And boys and girls, see if you can figure out before the end of the book just what the Amazing Magic Potion is. What is this liquid? What could it be? It's clean, it's clear, it's for you and me.
All living things, both large and small, need this liquid to survive and grow tall.
Wonderful wildflowers with golden hue soak up the sunshine, and this liquid too.
The magnificent cypress, as tall as can be, siphons this liquid through roots in its knee.
The beautiful butterfly with delicate wings uses a proboscis to drink, of all things.
The glimmering sunfish that glides in the bay slurps up this liquid all through the day.
The small green tree frog with big bulging eyes guzzles this drink after eating some flies.
The slithering snake slides along the ground. It licks up this potion, not making a sound.
The giant green gator who glides through the reeds gulps down this fluid. It's just what he needs.
The little green heron that basks in the sun sips up this potion as its day is done.
Using this potion, the ring-tailed raccoon sops up his food by the light of the moon.
The old armadillo ambles down the long trail in search of this liquid he hopes he won't fail.
When it gets quiet, you can hear everyone drink. And then it gets noisy, too noisy to think.
I hear drizzle,
Drop,
slurp,
slop,
guzzle,
plop,
gulp,
drip,
soak,
siphon,
sop,
lick,
lap,
scoop,
drink.
and sip.
All living things, too many to list, need this liquid to grow and exist.
What is this potion? What could it be? It's cool and it's magic. It's water, you see. Boys and girls, did you guess what the amazing magic potion was? Water is very important to life. We need water to live. All living things need water to live. And you know what, Ricky? There were some big words in this book. One of them was proboscis, when we were talking about the butterflies. The proboscis is kind of like the butterfly's tongue. It rolls out of their mouth and lets them scoop up the nectar from a flower and bring it back in. So it rolls out like a big straw and it rolls back in again. And that's
Proboscis.
proboscis. Let's say that together.
Proboscis.
Very good, boys and girls. We hope that you enjoyed today's story time at the W.T. Bland Library. We're going to do a few activities for you next, all relating to that amazing magic potion, water.
You know, Professor, if the kids would like to get their very own copy of this book, not a big giant one like this, but a regular sized book, they could come by the library and they're available for families
That's right.
for free.
Exactly. And we also have some copies. If you can't make it to the Mount Dora Library, you can also stop by the Lake County Water Authority and pick up your copy of either one of the books that we read today. Now let's do some activities.
Great.
Ricky, are you ready to do an experiment?
I love experiments. Let's get started.
All right, here's what you're going to need, boys and girls. You'll need a glass of water, a smaller glass that's not quite filled with water just yet, a file folder or a greeting card, something that will fit over the top completely of your glass jar, and of course, we don't want to make a mess, so I've got a wipe rag ready just in case.
This sounds like an experiment that we might want Mom or Dad to help us with, right, Professor?
Absolutely, and this would also be a very good one to do outside. All right, let's start. Ricky, would you take that glass of water? We want to fill up our jar all the way to the top with that water.
Okay, Professor.
And it's even good, boys and girls, to have that water bulging a little bit over the top. We don't want any air left in this jar.
No air in there, Professor.
Now the next thing we're going to do is take our little card and set it right over the top. Now keep in mind, if we fill that jar so that the water is over the top of the edge, some water might ooze out the sides when we put the top on, put the lid on, but that's okay. Now, are you ready for the magic, Ricky?
I'm ready.
I'm going to put my hand over the top. I'm going to tip the jar upside down. And I'm going to let go.
That is amazing, Professor. What happened?
Well, let's talk about the air pressure that's holding that card in place. This water trick works because of air pressure. Air exerts pressure in all directions, not just downwards. The mass of the air pressing up on the water and the cardboard is greater than the mass of the water and the cardboard pressing down. Therefore, the water stays in the upside down glass. All right, Ricky, are you ready for our next experiment?
I'm always ready, Professor.
Excellent. Well, now, Ricky, my question to you and you boys and girls is, how many drops of water do you think you can fit on a penny?
Penny's pretty small, so I'm guessing not very many. Maybe 6?
Well, let's see. I think maybe we can fit a little more, but boys and girls, you take your guess. That's called a hypothesis in science. Let's say that together. Hypothesis, that's where we kind of guess what we think the answer is going to be, and then we do experiments to find out if our hypothesis was correct. What you'll need for this next experiment is some water, a penny, and an eyedropper or a pipette, anything that you can use to drop single drops of water onto your penny. And also, Ricky, if you notice here, I have this penny on a napkin so that we can see the water when it falls off. How you're going to do this is we're going to squeeze our pipette, put it in the water, and unsqueeze, and that allows water to move up into the pipette or your eyedropper. And then we're going to take our pipette and just squeeze and count the drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. Uh-oh, Ricky, we've already got more 6, and we still have plenty of room. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now, Ricky, let's stop there for a minute because we'll take a close-up look at our penny, and if you notice, the water is sitting on top of the penny like a big bubble. And it's not fallen off the penny yet. So let's get a little bit more water, and we're going to keep going and keep counting until the water rolls off our penny.
This is 16 coming
That's
up?
right, number 16, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Oh, mine's
Oh,
spelled.
I'm still going. 20, 21, 22, oh, 22.
Wow.
Wow. So Ricky, so our hypothesis, we guess we might be able to fit 6 drops of water on a penny, and already we fit over 20 drops. Do you think we could fit more?
I think it's possible.
I think we could. Boys and girls, now it's your turn to try to see how many drops of water you can fit on a penny. Hey Ricky, did you know that water has a skin?
No, water doesn't have a skin, Professor.
It sure does. Now we're going to do an experiment that shows us water's skin.
All right, you're going to have to prove this to me.
All right, here we go. What you'll need for this activity is a piece of cardboard, a couple of chips of soap, or you can also use a drop or 2 of dish soap, liquid dish soap if you like. And then we have a tray filled a little less than halfway with water, but you could also use the kitchen sink for this activity, or the bathtub if it's time to take your bath. What you're going to want to do is take your cardboard and have an adult help you with this, because sometimes cardboard can be hard to cut out. We're going to cut out a little triangle boat shape with a little notch in the center, and then we're going to take a little piece, a sliver of our soap, and insert it in the center. Got yours all tucked in there, Ricky?
Yep.
All right, now let the race begin. So I'm going to hold my boat like this. On your mark, get set, go.
Oh, they're moving.
Here they go. Looks like I'm in the lead, Ricky.
I'm
Uh-oh.
speeding up now.
You're catching up to me. So what's happening, boys and girls, is that the soap is actually moving the water molecules. This dish soap makes the skin weaker so that it stretches. And as they spread, the water molecules push things floating on the surface.
Ricky wins the race.
Oh, Ricky, you won!
Gee, Professor, who knew there was so much we could learn about water at the library?
That's right, Ricky. Water really is an amazing magic potion, and there's so much that we can learn at our libraries. They really are an important resource. And boys and girls, if you would like a copy of today's books, you can pick one up at the W.T. Bland Library in Mount Dora or at the Lake County Water Authority. And the books we read today are I Like to Take Care of Things and The Amazing Magic Potion.
We sure want to thank the people at the W.T. Bland Library for letting us hang out here today, Professor.
It was a lot of fun, Ricky. See you next time, boys and girls.
Bye.